WCOBM.com. And speaking of shows, you've got a show, Quan. What?
American show.
Yeah,
We're
what do you
coming
do
back
over there?
on bi-weekly. It's a major change. It's not a once a month show anymore. I'm focused on to preparing the show.
When does it air?
Supposed to be in July. Got a little too much going on, so going to be announced.
Oh, so
tune in.
what is Ameriquan all about?
American is all about bridging the cultural differences in between Chinese and American, including finances, real estate, stock market, relationships, romance, and finance. Plus, Chinese word of the day. Some word, for instance, the differences of love and like, or buy and sell. Those useful words.
Yeah. Quan does a great job of that. She's, like she says, she's bridging the differences in culture, and with the United States being so intertwined with China at this point, they've got all kinds of our money in their banks. It might be a good thing for us to learn more about the Chinese culture.
It's not a maybe, for sure.
Right. So that's why you
Learning
want
each
to
other's
tune in.
culture.
And Quan
I'm
will
happy
teach
to
you
work
more.
with any Chinese investors.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
on the
Tony
show, after
Killian.
the
He's
show.
a real estate guy, and he's a friend of a friend of mine, and he's you're really good at selling things, man.
How about
Yeah.
little introduction of your background, how you get involved with the real estate business?
Yes,
As a very sharp man.
I'm with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Nevada Properties. I'm a realtor, and I can help buyers and sellers, and can also help anybody that has any commercial real estate needs as well.
Commercial real estate needs.
What got you into real estate?
Your and I mutual friend Don Lehner.
Oh yeah.
I work for Don on the Platinum Elite Group at Berkshire Hathaway, and Don is a magnificent businessman, and he really impressed me. I met with 10 local brokers here in real estate before I decided who to go to work with, and Don started here in 1989, and basically he started selling real estate, and he bought some condos, just small condos, and started renting them out to his friends because he didn't know anybody else, and then he went into buying some fourplexes, and then once he had like 7 fourplexes, then he sold them and he bought some 20-unit, 40-unit, 80-unit apartment buildings. Don's one of the most successful people in all of Las Vegas through real estate, and so he inspired me.
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, Don and I have known one another for years. He's been on the show, and he's on the radio show on a regular basis that we have over on KDON, and I agree with you. He's a tremendous mentor, and I'm a big believer in following the path of someone who's shown the results. I'm working with him on a book right now that's going to be coming out that's absolutely phenomenal. And
Can you share the name with us?
Yeah.
the name of the book is The Millionaire in You.
So how
a great name.
when we're going to read the book?
Well, we're still working on it. Don is, just like I said before, it's a 5 to 7 year process, and
Yeah.
we've actually been working on this book for about 6 years.
Yeah.
He and I, and
so
we
definitely.
concepts have changed, but the knowledge, I mean, the information that I've gotten from him being my mentor and friend, is just, it's absolutely phenomenal. So I can see why you're doing so well in real estate.
Yes, I'm going to attribute that to a hard work ethic. I work 6 to 7 days a week for all my clients, but with the guidance of Don. So very, very, very happy to be where I'm at.
So can I ask you, what is the major difference commercial real estate versus residential real estate? If people who want to keep in contact with you, what is the major difference you differentiate yourself with other?
With commercial, I work for Berkshire Hathaway, which is the largest, fastest growing real estate company in America right now, and they have an international reach. The company's owned by Warren Buffett. I'm sure everybody out there in social media land knows who Warren Buffett is. And so they do international marketing to attract buyers. The other mom and pop shops and local national companies, they just don't have the reach. And so, like you were talking about bridging the gap between China and America.
Yeah.
Well, Berkshire Hathaway advertises in China and on Chinese websites, and they're syndicated all over the world. And it's to find buyers that the other real estate companies just can't find a buyer in China like Berkshire Hathaway can.
So what is the major difference? Because I believe law over there, international law would apply. It can be very, very different. How you make transaction cross that bigger gap international?
There's FIRPTA laws, and you have to get an attorney involved.
Attorney from there. So either
Probably on
transaction
both
from
sides.
there or from here, both sides.
Yeah, both sides.
So percentage-wise, pretty much the same. Let's say the realtor takes in total buyer side and the seller side is a 3% plus 3%. It works.
It's
pretty
negotiable
much?
depending on the size of the transaction, and
Yeah,
usually every transaction's different.
Okay.
There's really no set standard. I'm not trying to be ambiguous, but if one transaction might take a year and a half, so the commission might be a little bit larger because it took a little bit more work.
Okay. So
If we're talking
percentage-
about commercial, right?
Yeah.
Residential's typically 6 to 7%.
So how you see the market going, the direction in Vegas right now?
The market is strong. We
It's
just had
hot like the weather of summer, right? It's really
it's hot like the weather. It is hot.
It is hot.
It
the
is
real
fantastic.
estate market, isn't it?
8,800 properties went on the market last month. 4,400 properties went under contract, and 3,824 properties sold.
So within what kind of time frame? 30 days transaction, 60 days transaction?
No, there were some lending changes a few months back in October, and that affected the closing dates. Used to be 30 days on residential, and now they're 45 days. And so it kind of threw the sales cycle from, you can provide a monthly forecast to it's about a 6-week forecast now. So it changed the closing structure, but it didn't slow down sales at all.
It's just a good thing to see us on the rebound. I mean,
Yes, rebound.
living in Las
Big time.
Vegas during that downtime was just absolutely brutal. Seeing so many people losing their homes and values going down so low, and yet it's very encouraging lately to hear that the market has been on such an upswing.
We are 75% back to where the values used to be.
Okay, that's good.
Orange County is all the way back to where the values used to be.
Wow.
So the market's good, not just here, but it's getting stronger nationwide as well, which is good for the economy. It's good for the American people.
What do you do to set yourself apart from the realtors? I mean, I probably know 100 people, to be honest, who are realtors. Because you're in such a saturated industry, how do you make yourself stand out from everyone else?
I work.
That's important.
A lot of realtors are passive, and I'm an active agent. I will actually try to make 50 to 100 phone calls today to find buyers and sellers for my current clients, and I won't just sit in my office and wait for the phone to ring. And so I make things happen. I don't wait for them to happen. So I think that's the major thing. I'll actually go door knocking in neighborhoods where I get listings and let everybody know there's a listing and drop off flyers, invite them to open house. I mean, I'll do whatever it takes to get the property sold. And most people, they're going to take a listing, they're going to put it on the MLS, and they're going to wait for somebody to call. And that's not good for the seller. That's not good for our industry. I'm going to say 80% of the realtors, there's 14 to 15,000 licensed realtors in Las Vegas. About 80% of them are part-time soccer moms. So I'm a dedicated 6 to 7 day a week businessman. So I think the level of my service really stands out compared to maybe the last realtor that they used. They made note of that.
I have more questions for you after our commercial break.
Yeah, we're talking to Tony Killian. He is a high-powered realtor here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we'll come back in a few minutes and learn more about this topsy-turvy industry, which is real estate.
Thanks, Guy.
We'll see you in a few minutes with more of The Guy Dawson Show.